Happy New Year everyone. January is officially here, so let me take you on a tour of our summer vegetable garden in Melbourne, Australia, with the help of my 3-year-old. We're going to start with a quick harvest before I take you on the full tour. Then at the end I'll show you some of the delicious meals we enjoyed at Christmas with produce from the garden. I'm just loving the garden at the moment. Everything is feeling luscious. Now these green beans are always tastiest when they're smallest, aren't they?
Can I have one?
Definitely. Which one? That one? Yum.
And there are tomatoes.
They look delicious. Can you pick some of those for me?
Mm-hmm.
You can pull them off. Off you go. Good girl. 2 hands so you don't damage the plant. Beautiful. That one looks red, doesn't it? You can get that one.
Okay.
And is there one right at the back there, I think? Beautiful. Could you put that on there?
Mm-hmm.
Can you grab that with your hand? Careful with the scissors. Got it.
Good.
Excellent. What have you found there?
A tomato.
Another one. Beautiful. Any more yellow ones in there? Yeah. We might get some basil here too, I think. Chop. Chop. My zucchini plants have already been way more successful than last year, and I am pretty sure that not a single zucchini develops unless I physically hand pollinate them, and I think that's been the biggest difference compared to last year. So you can see a nice zucchini there that's ready to pick. Another one down the back. This one here, it looks like it probably has potentially been pollinated. If you want to know why I pull most of my tomatoes off as they're starting to ripen, this is why. You can see we've had what I think is probably rats in here. Maybe even possums, but based on how low they are, probably rats. And that was a beautiful big tomato that was ripening, and then it's just been attacked. So now I'll pull most of them off as they are just starting to colour up like these, and let them finish ripening up inside, and they still taste just as beautiful. Yum. It's just amazing how some of these varieties produce so much more fruit than other plants. Like, look at this, every single one of these flowers is a tomato. They're just, this plant is absolutely prolific. There are just tomatoes all through here, the whole way through the plant. And then some of the others making bigger tomatoes, still beautiful, but you'll get, 3 tomatoes to a bunch, rather than, oh look, there's quite a few through there, but still not nearly as many on the plant. You really do have to watch your tomatoes closely, because I've noticed a few of these ones I had to pull off because they were getting caterpillars in there, so they just had holes all through them, and the longer you let them go, the more the caterpillars get through. So yeah, if you leave that one on too long, the caterpillars or worms or whatever will get through not only the whole tomato, but then they'll spread to your other tomatoes. So I try and find those and get rid of them as quick as possible. We're starting to really enjoy our cucumbers. This plant is just growing and growing. I think I stuck 3 cucumber plants in there. And you can see I'm having to trail them off in different directions so they don't take up my entire garden bed. See all these little cucumber buds, lots of flowers in there, starting to develop. You can see my basil here is trying to go to seed. My basil's been trying to go to seed, all of it, for a long time, but I just cut it off and it seems to keep going fine. So I would probably chop that about there. Use the basil leaves, they're still good as gold, the top ones. Actually, I'll trim all those back while we're here. And then they don't go to seed, and instead they keep giving you basil. That's still good to use. Oh, it smells so good. The same was happening with all these plants. They were wanting to go to seed and I refused to let them, and they're still doing just fine. My capsicums. Lost a couple of these to the pests already. You can see they're going a little bit black at the bottom there. Nothing to worry about. They go black before they go red. And red is when they taste the most beautiful. Can't wait for all these ones to change colour. These should go yellow, these babies. They're so yummy when they go yellow. Little baby capsicums. And more under there. For the first time last week, in I reckon 6 months, I had to buy lettuce because we had a lull between our last lot that were ready and our newest bunch that have been planted, but these guys are just about ready to start enjoying. And I've decided to dedicate my veggie pod to lettuces because some of the other ones I planted were all bolting too quickly. This provides just a little bit of extra protection for them, and they seem to do better in here. So I've still got my parsley over there and some purple beans here that I just let hang over the sides. They don't take up much space, and the lettuces always do quite well in here. Here's an example of one that's bolting. Just gets too tall, shoots up, reaches for the sky, tries to turn to seed if I let it. We've got some new little bunches of parsley going down here. Spring onions still doing well there, and existing parsley there that we're loving. A whole lot of new little lettuces have gone in. I stuck some coriander seeds in there probably 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, and they're starting to get going. Not surprisingly, anytime I get some red strawberries, they seem to be eaten by who knows what, birds and stuff, but you can see lots of strawberry flowers go on there. My food cubes have just been doing so well. It's like a little forest in my garden. I'm getting beans galore. Got rocket over here. Lettuce is doing nicely in there. My cucamelons are starting to get going. You can see lots of tiny little buds there starting to form. Cucumbers over here have been producing really nicely. Green apple cucumbers. My sugar snap peas, which, yeah, just keep on keeping on. More lettuces in here and a whole lot more purple beans through there. There you go, they're yummiest when they're little. Oh, and that bugger's got a caterpillar on there. My watermelons are growing really strong. Got quite a few buds on there that have the potential to grow into fruit. I've been hand pollinating them to try and get them going. Some new carrot sprouts coming through here. This is one of my weed tomatoes. They look like maybe a Roma-ish type of variety, but they self-sprouted and doing all sorts of funny things, but growing nicely. Cucumbers under here. And inside I'm always trying new things with the Eco Kitchen. I'm still learning from this hydroponic setup. I just have 2 plants in here at the moment. There's one cucumber plant.
Look after this. I found a cucumber. I found a big cucumber.
Should we pick it?
Yeah?
Alright, you might need to twist it. Yep, twist, twist, twist. The tomato plant was actually just a sucker that I pulled off another plant and stuck it in to see what would happen, and sure enough, now there are tomatoes on there. Should we have that now?
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, it's time to show you some of the delicious things we enjoyed at Christmas time, and I'm going to start with deep fried zucchini flowers. You can eat the male or the female flowers, but we picked the male flowers and kept them wrapped in damp paper towel in the fridge until it was time to cook them. My mother-in-law stuffed them with a broad bean and ricotta stuffing. The easiest option though is just to stuff them with a yummy goat's cheese. Then they were dipped in tempura batter and deep fried only briefly until crunchy. Oh my god, delicious. Also on the table, tomato salad with baby bocconcini, fresh basil, dried oregano, garlic, salt and oil, and zucchini salad, just thin strips, not cooked or anything, with lemon and olive oil dressing, pine nuts and burrata cheese. So good. Hope I've given you some good ideas. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a fabulous January.